Welcome to Exploring the Vines. This time we're in El Dorado County, exploring another unique winery. Our host this week is Chateau Davell. Now let's join Mike and Randy as they visit with owners Eric and Emily at their boutique winery, Chateau Davell. We're at Chateau Davell, and this is Eric. Eric's one of the owners and I believe the winemaker too.
Yeah, that's correct? Right. Farmer, dishwasher, winemaker, yeah, do it all.
Yeah. Well, Eric, should we head inside and check out the operation?
Yeah, go inside. A little cooler inside.
A little cooler. Well, it's not bad actually out here.
No, not at all. There's got a nice breeze. It's really actually very nice. What a beautiful setting out here in El Dorado.
We're very fortunate.
Very, very nice.
So we're now in the tasting room with Chateau Davell, and Eric's going to tell us a little history on the place, how you started, where you came from, and where you're at right now.
So Chateau Davell is named after my mother. Davell is her first name. A lot of people think it's our last name, but it's her first name. The whole concept came together about 10 years ago. Just a kind of a dream that just kind of popped into my life, and actually my life up to this point has really all kind of contributed to this dream. Managing restaurants and bartending, all those different facets have contributed to what we're doing now. We're just a small family winery, and that's the way we want to stay. We try and keep it as eco-friendly as possible. Everything we grow is organic. All the packaging that we use is sustainable with recycled paper labels, recycled glass, made here in California, FSC certified corks, Rainforest Alliance compliant. We're solar powered. Our cellar is made of straw bales. A lot of people aren't familiar with that. We actually use straw bales as bricks. So you end up with these walls that are like this thick, so the insulation factor is like being underground. It's amazing. It's very earth-friendly. Almost you don't need any air conditioning or heating at all. It's very nice. So my background with managing the restaurants and bartending, and like I said, preparing me for this, all of this kind of came to be just by chance. I moved up here to be closer to my parents because they were getting older and their health was becoming an issue, and I wanted to be nearby and help them out. Everything just kind of fell into place from there. I found a job at a local winery and just started entry level and kind of worked my way up, and then branched off, and here we are. And now we've been open for 4 years. And it's been great. We've just had this tremendous response from the local community as well as tourists and travelers. Just doing really well. Every year we're growing, but we have an end where we don't want to get too big. We want to keep it small. It's really important to us to be a boutique winery, to keep those controls and just stay that way, not get greedy.
Eric, I'm looking around here and there's some really beautiful artwork around here. Can you give us a little idea? Where did you get it, or where does it come from?
Well, thanks for the compliment. I appreciate that. Actually, all the labels are from paintings that I've done over the years. My education, actually, I have a degree in art. I mostly studied two-dimensional, but dabble a little bit of sculpture as well. But for instance, this is my niece here, Chloe. This is my nephew, Xander. My son, August. This is my wife, Marguerite. And we have some other family members around. But to us, we wanted to do something original, something that was personal, and be unlike any other wine label.
So a lot of times, Emily, and by the way, we're with Emily, the other owner of the winery here. I should have mentioned that. There's a lot of times we ask people what is unique or different, something that stands out that people might want to know about your winery. What would it be here?
Probably the number one thing is that we try to be one of the most sustainable wineries in our area. So that means our grapes are grown without pesticides, fertilizer, any chemicals whatsoever. We're not certified organic, but we use organic and biodynamic farming practices. Meaning we use cover cropping, green manuring, other processes to feed the life of the soil rather than take away from it with those types of chemicals. So that's one thing we really try to do. Also, our labels are 100% recycled paper. Our bottles have recycled content. Our corks are FSC certified, meaning they're doing it in a sustainable manner. Yeah. So our bottling, our business model, and our farming all tend to be as green as we can really try to be. So that's an important value of ours.
And I got the impression every time we've gone out is this community in El Dorado seems to work really well together. Everyone wants to help everyone out, which is a really, really good thing. You know, no one wants to be take all the glory, I guess. So you're sharing information amongst growers. That is real important.
Absolutely. We love being around all these different wineries. I think there are 60 of us up here now. And people ask, you know, who are your competitors? But we don't compete, because the better we all are, the more strong our region is, and the more people are going to come visit all of us. And we love our neighbors. We love them. Yeah.
I'm impressed with that.
Yeah, I really am. It's a healthy environment to work in, because I actually, you know, at one time, I've had more than one restaurant, but at one time I had a restaurant in a small community in the foothills here. And I was always shocked at how many times people would say, oh, there's another restaurant going in. Oh, no, you know, you guys worried about business, and creating this thing when you look at them and go, well, wait a minute now, you know, what would you rather do? Go to a community where there's lots of restaurants or lots of wineries, or do you want to go where there's one or two and you got to be maybe a chance they might be open, you know?
Right.
I mean, there's good points and bad points, but the good well outweighs the bad. There's just not that much. It's good competition, but it's not really competition. It's fellowship. It's working together. Sure.
It's a great thing. So we're in the wine tasting room right now. We've met some fine people here, and we want to introduce them real quick, and then maybe they can tell us a little bit about why they love this winery.
I'm Carrie.
And I'm John.
And we're actually visiting from Las Vegas.
Wow, how interesting that you guys, so how did you guys hear about this place?
We actually we're here for a wedding this weekend, and so friends of ours mentioned to come down here, and we love it. I love the small feeling of the winery, as well as the Chardonnay is excellent.
Really, so that brought you here was the fact that you have a wedding. Well, congratulations. Oh, it's not you guys. Oh, okay. Well, if it does happen, congratulations, you know?
Cheers.
Where was the wedding?
It was at the Sequoia Mansion. Oh, it was beautiful. So there's a lot. I've never been to this part of the country, so there's a lot to see here. We heard the wine country here. It's so different from anything we've experienced. So I love it so far. This has actually been our favorite winery, genuinely.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Wow,
Not saying that just because you're here. The wines are really good.
Wow, that really is impressive that we meet somebody from Las Vegas. You know, the stars, the lights, and you're here up in this country. This is beautiful.
It is.
Very nice, very nice.
So we noticed outside that you have playground equipment, and we have a Sasquatch, and we have a few other things. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we have a 7-year-old and a 2-year-old, and they go everywhere with us. They're here most of the time. On weekends, they're always here. Mm-hmm. And we've just, you know, we love wine tasting, we love wine, we love going and visiting different areas. And we've never understood why some places you go aren't particularly nice to you if you bring your children along. Because who needs to wine taste more than people who have kids at home?
That's right, yeah, right.
And I'm not saying everyone should bring their ill-behaved child out into an adult situation.
Right.
But if your kids are well-behaved and you just want to go out on a Saturday afternoon and sit and have a glass of wine on the deck and let your kids play in the play area, by all means. We want to be super family-friendly. We want to invite everyone to come in here. If they have kids, if they have dogs, we don't care. We're open to that. And we pride ourselves in El Dorado County on being very friendly to families, friendly to all types of people. We're not a Napa Valley where you're not welcome in the door if you're not a particular type or you have kids. So we try and be really family friendly.
That's important.
That is important.
Well, and we have our kids.
That's right.
Does your daughter feel uneasy sharing her gym equipment with everybody else, or is she okay with that?
She's always done it, so it's just kind of one of those things that she's accepted. It's not always the best situation. Sometimes things go wrong, but but for the most part, people are pretty well behaved, and it's a positive situation. Yeah.
Okay, great. Randy, this is my favorite part of the program, where we get a chance to actually taste the wine.
It's your favorite part.
Well, it's one of my favorite
Yes.
things. We've talked about how the wine is produced, it's crushed, but now that it's actually in the bottle, now we get to drink it.
Right.
And that's my favorite part, one of my favorite parts.
So let's try that, Emily.
Great, okay. So I'm going to start you at the top of our tasting list here with our Chloe Reserve Chardonnay. So the reason I wanted to pour this for you today is these are from estate grapes from our vineyard, and it's our very first harvest of Chardonnay from our estate vineyard.
Oh, the very first time?
Very first. We
Wow.
planted this vineyard about 4 years ago, and this is the first fruit it's produced. So we produced 1 barrel, which means about 23 cases of this wine, so not very much at all. You'll notice all our wines are very limited production, but this is the most limited, 1 barrel. So it's interesting because we do a non-estate reserve
Very nice.
Chardonnay. Tastes totally different. The grapes come from Mendocino County. They're cool, coastal, foggy. This one has such nice sort of citrusy notes to it. It's from our about 1,200 feet in our estate vineyard. Our growing is all organic, not certified organic, but no chemicals or fertilizers. And we age about 12 to 16 months for our reserve, and it's unfiltered, which is a little bit
It
unusual
is.
for a Chardonnay.
It is, it's very nice.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Very nice.
All right, so next, let's do our Super Tuscan. This is another fun blend of ours, and this one's named for our son, August. It's a special one to me.
And how old is August?
August is 2.5.
2.5.
Yes.
And we got to see him earlier. Yes, we did.
He's quite the character.
Yes, he was, you know. I think once he knew the camera was on, it was time for him to bolt out.
He was done, yeah.
Yeah. He did have to show me his swimming noodle.
I saw that too, I saw that too. I know he was gonna attack me with it or what that was.
So our Augustus is almost 70% Sangiovese, and that's blended with our estate Cabernet Sauvignon and Cabernet Franc. So this has a nice acidity to it. We actually created this wine to be paired with our tomatoes that we grow on our farm, which is on our estate vineyard property. So we grow about 40 varieties of organic heirloom tomatoes, and we needed something for our summer fare because pretty much all we eat in the summer is tomatoes. So we love this with spaghetti sauce, lasagna, any kind of classic Italian dishes.
Tomato thing.
Tomato things, right.
So, what do you do with all these tomatoes? that
We
you-
sell them here. It's almost like a farm stand here in the summertime. From
Oh, wow.
August through November or so, we have fresh
Really?
tomatoes here all the time.
Nice.
And we supply local restaurants as well.
Wow.
I saw outside, we'll see in a few minutes, you have some tomato plants and other plants that are all organic. Did you raised all those?
We
and-
do. We start them off from seed in the spring, and then what we have left over that we don't plant at home, we sell them out here.
Wow, pretty impressive.
Yes. You guys do it all.
We do.
We try.
We try to keep up. We don't always keep up.
I like the Super Tuscan.
I do like that.
Yeah. Now, is Super Tuscan, is it a blend so that
It's a blend,
so that's
so
why it's called Super
It's
Tuscan?
a
and not
a non-traditional Italian blend. So a blend that doesn't fit within those AOC guidelines of what's within Tuscany. So yeah, the Sangiovese, which is a traditional Italian Tuscan grape with 2 French varietals, Cabernet Sauvignon and Cabernet Franc. All right, and then we're going to go to the Marguerite, which has to be my favorite because it's named after me and has a picture of me on the
We
label.
saw that too, so I figured,
But,
you know.
but
So
your
of course
name is
I had to
Emily.
choose
Is
this.
Emily?
It's my middle name.
Oh.
And it's a long-standing family name, so
Okay.
all my cousins
Okay.
have the same middle name, and my grandmother, and all
Oh, wow.
sorts of people.
And where are you from originally?
I'm from Southern California,
Okay.
Los Angeles area.
Okay.
Now I'm a country girl, sort of. I'm trying to be.
You're doing a good job. Doing a very good
Thank you.
job.
So our Marguerite is always our Rhone varietal blend. The varietals change from year to year. This is our 2011 vintage, a brand new release for us. 66% Syrah on this one with, what does that leave, 34% Grenache. It spends 2.5 years in French oak, so this is probably our most well-developed, sort of robust red blend. Love this one with grilled lamb. So if you're a lamb fan, anything gamey, any kind of feta cheese, goat cheese. Jollity Farms is our local
Do you
goat
like
cheese.
lamb?
I love
I
lamb.
love lamb too, but I bet your wife doesn't eat lamb.
No, in
does she?
fact,
Neither
once a
does
year,
my wife.
once a year, my wife allows me to have lamb for Easter. That's the
Oh.
only time I get it.
Yeah, Mike and I are related by marriage. We
Oh.
married sisters, and
Nice.
they both were.
I'm glad you clarified that. I wasn't sure
And
exactly.
I wasn't sure where I was going.
Yeah, I'm
either.
going, wait a minute, now what?
But anyway, they both had cattle and They both had sheep
And goats.
and goats, and they never will touch anything to do with
I get
wine.
it.
They won't
we
eat
have
their
sheep
own.
too, and
They won't eat it.
Well, thanks, Marguerite, for the tasting. It was
Very
wonderful. And I'd like to go outside and maybe you could
Absolutely.
tell us a little bit about the history of the house, and also I want to see those vegetables you got going.
Great, love to show you.
All right.
Thank you again.
You're welcome. As I mentioned, our vineyard is down in Shingle Springs, about 1,200 foot elevation, and we're way out in the middle of the country. So we don't sell any wine out there, and we decided to start looking for an off-site tasting room to sell our wines about 4 years ago. Came upon this beautiful it was a little shack when we found it, fixed it up a little bit, and we absolutely loved the view and these gorgeous pine trees on this deck. We just thought it was the most serene place to sit and have a glass of wine or taste some wine. So we do about 90% of our sales through this tasting room. We don't do anything at our estate vineyard property where our home is. Then we do a little bit of wholesale sales as well. So this is our beautiful deck. And our plants we have here about in the springtime, this time of year, anything that doesn't make it into the ground, we start everything from seed, we sell out here. And then if you come back in a month or two, this will all be filled with heirloom tomatoes and squash and things to purchase almost as a farm stand in the summertime.
Wow. Wow, that's
We're
incredible.
now out here on the deck, and we've actually run into some people out here who truly enjoy this winery. And we're going to ask them a couple questions as far as what brings them here, what are they impressed about.
We love the view off the deck. We love the family that runs the winery, and we love drinking their wine.
Very good. That's simple enough.
You notice his positioning was actually towards the view.
Absolutely. When I come up here and sit, I sit this way.
Yeah.
I
He
don't
has his
sit-
own chair.
I see that. I
Yeah,
see
he has
that.
his name right on the back.
Yeah, and it is all about, we love the family, it's really comfortable, relaxing, it's just, the wine's good, we love it.
So to ask you guys real quick, so how long have you guys been coming up? Is there a year or two, my whole life? What
I
seems
want
to
to say
be?
how long, Cam? 3 years?
At least
years?
about 3 years.
As long as they've been open, I
Right.
don't know. I don't know when that was.
And was it by
4 years?
was it by
Probably soon
what,
after.
was it by accident that you guys ran into this place, or somebody had, was it word of mouth, or what was the,
Well, we had been in here once or twice, and then we came up with some of our friends, and that day we decided to join their wine club, and then we've just been kind of an ongoing
Right.
thing at that point. So
Every Friday night? It's
Yeah,
fun to
Fridays.
go.
Oh, Friday nights are the
Every
night?
Friday
Friday
afternoons are the time to come.
Really?
Yes,
Well-
about 4 o'clock.
Well, today's Sunday, so
Well, you
you've been here
know.
since Friday? or-
Yes, since Friday.
Sometimes it turns into 2 times.
Sleeping bags.
I can tell.
Look, you can lie down, right?
Is that your spot or no?
That's his spot. It's just fun. It's just fun.
A fun place to be. Well, that's what it's all about.
We're now going to say goodbye to Chateau Davell and to all the wonderful things that we've seen here. What a wonderful, great tasting room facility.
Very much.
And Mike?
Well, when you're driving by and you see Sasquatch, stop. It's well worth it. This winery was excellent. It's a gem, and I can't say any more about this place. It was great. We truly, truly enjoyed it to finish off this weekend. You know, this kind of finishes up our segment for this weekend, and I have had such a tremendous time, not only a good time, but an educational time. You know, we assume that winemakers, that, you know, their passion, truly they have a passion for making wine, but all these people that we've met, they had backgrounds prior to becoming winemakers. And that is truly the story about this place. Their passion for wine comes out with the excellent wines we've had in El Dorado. But the fact that they've had careers, and maybe some of them are still working Monday through Friday like the rest of us, shows to me that, you know, it goes above and beyond, you know, just having a job Monday through Friday. This is their life. They love this. And I guess obviously when it comes to a time when they can finally say, this is all we want to do, I think that's the best thing in life, is to find something that you truly, truly love, and you're getting paid for it. And wine, in this wine country, it's the best.
One of the stories Emily was telling us before when we first got started was that when she first met Eric and he first went out on a date, that he told her this was his dream. This is what he was planning to do. She just didn't think it was going to be in the first 10 years of marriage, you know. She thought maybe it was going to be when they retired. But I think the timing was right, everything was right, and people decided this is what they wanted to do, and they made a move to do it. And I think that that's where we're at with the show, too. I think it's something that Mike and I had always talked about. We knew we looked at things a little differently than some people do, and we thought, this is where we need to go, and this is what we need to do, and that's how we came up with the show. And I'm looking forward to our adventures together and our outlooks on how other wineries operate and the winemakers are. And I do know one thing, we're going to find people a lot smarter than us out here doing a great job making great wine in California.